businesses to improve the computational power. And for all such processes, we are going to be charged based on the demand, based on our usage. So how interesting it is, right? So previously it was, a software as a service. So we would have studied the different architecture of cloud platforms, and we have understood that it can be used as a platform as a service, software as a service, or infrastructure as a service. Over the period of last 20 years, many players are there in this market, and Amazon Web Services is one of them. Microsoft Azure is one of them. Google Cloud is one of them. We have been discussing in our previous Guru classes about AWS and other services, Google Cloud and other. We definitely wanted to give you an insight about Microsoft used, and what is the benefits of Azure cloud services over the other similar players in the market. And when such powerful storage or powerful component is added to any organization like this, and when you are increasing the capability of such platforms with the help of AI, with the help of machine learning, analytics, blockchain, you enhance the power. You can witness the power of true automation, right? So you can manage and govern such wonderful applications with ease. And we are going to take you into a journey like that, which is going to explain that Microsoft Azure is one simple platform which can be abundantly used for multiple services. And we have with us our cloud expert, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Verma, who is a certified cloud practitioner, certified solutions architect in across all three cloud platforms. Be it Amazon Web Services, he is a certified cloud practitioner, and for Google services, for for Microsoft Azure services, he is certified, and he is with us today to walk you through how this Microsoft Azure works. What are the benefits of Microsoft Azure, and how to handle Microsoft Azure in terms of a certified professional, with the views of a certified professional. And he is going to walk you through all the approaches in a hands-on approach, right? So he is going to take you in the platform. He is going to explain the terminologies. He is going to show you a simple example of such terminologies. And that is how the Guru class is going to work. And we are happy that all of you are here. We thank everyone for your patience. If any query by you will be resolved by our operations team and by myself, and obviously Mr. Sanjay. So you can use the chat platform for your queries, and there will be a separate Q&A session where you can unmute yourself and you can discuss. I request all the participants to maintain a decorum. So do not disturb, do not draw anything on the on this during the session, and please do not disturb the learning of others as well. So having said that, I thank everyone present here, and I thank Mr. Sanjay for being here with us. So over to you, Sanjay.
Thank you, sir. So good evening, all of you. My name is
Good
Sanjay
evening,
Kumar
sir.
Verma, and I will be the instructor in this session. Okay. So thank you so much. So here I'm going to share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Friends, it's a two-way session, right? So if you have any query, any question, please feel free to ask. Am I audible for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Sanjay. Yes, you are audible.
You can share up your answer in chat. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay. So guys, Here we are going to discuss about of the Microsoft Azure. Right, there are a lot of cloud provider is available in the market like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google, DigitalOcean, Alibaba, Rackspace. More than 30 cloud providers are available, right? But you know, Amazon Web Services is a big daddy, and second player is Microsoft Azure, and third player is Google. And you know, cloud computing is much more popular nowadays. Anyone tell me? Yes, anyone have an idea why cloud computing is much more popular? Yes, this is an open source session. Anyone? Here I am not going to check of your knowledge. What kind of? Yes. Okay, no problem. Because right now, companies have shifted their data center inside the cloud, right? No one have a physical data center because every company have a data center where you can store of your data, you can store of your information, you can host of your database, you can store of your logs, so many things. So you require a lot of infrastructure. So upfront you have to invest a lot of money. Then you can run off your business. So cloud computing makes my life easy. Cloud computing say, my dear friend, when you are going to start any kind of business, right? Please don't invest a lot of money upfront. You can use my services on the behalf of pay as you go. That means how much you want to utilize the resources, then you can pay. I hope this is clear. So as per the Indian government policy, right? This is the Indian government policy. So any company want to do business in the cloud computing like Amazon, Microsoft Azure, Google, Alibaba. So this is a policy from Indian government. You have to set up a data center in India, right? You can't store our data outside of our country. So Amazon have a data center in Mumbai. They have a single data center and they are planning one more data center in Hyderabad. And Microsoft Azure have a 4 data center in India. One is Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad. Same Google also have a 2 data center in India, one in Mumbai, another is Delhi. Alibaba also have a data center in Mumbai. Okay, because this is the Indian government policy. So where you can host of your resources. For example, let me open my Paint. Then easily you can understand. Please don't draw anything on the screen. For example, here I want to start a business. So first of all, I will purchase some hardware from the market like this. Here I'm hosting my servers where I will configure the storage, right? Where I will configure my web server, where I will configure my database server, where I will configure my network, right? We required so many resources, right? And one thing, tell me, there is any guarantee your business will be successful when you are investing a lot of money? Might be, but right now it will take some time. But here you are investing a lot of money. So cloud computing come to the picture. Cloud computing say, you have to configure, you have to host of your server, you have to host of your database, you have to host of your storage, right? You have to host of your application. You can use my resources. It doesn't matter what kind of cloud I am using. It can be any cloud. In our case, this is Microsoft Azure. The right pronunciation is Azure. This is not Azure and Azure. Azure. Azure It's a mean a color of blue. That's why Microsoft have a blue background everywhere. Okay. So using of the Microsoft Web Console, you can host of your services. Actually, my dear friend, in this Guru class session, I do not want to waste of my time in theory, right? So directly, I will show you how to host the resources in Microsoft Azure, how you can access their resources, okay? And what are the things when you want to access the resources from Microsoft Azure, okay? So my dear friend, when you want to access the resources from Microsoft Azure, first of all, you have a credit card and you need a email ID. Why credit card? Because using of the credit card, you can create an account on Microsoft Web Console, Azure Web Console. They will debit only 2 rupees and they will give you 200 US dollar for 30 days. In between 30 days, you can access their all kind of resources. There are some limitations. Okay. And when your 30 days are going to expire, then you can convert of your subscription as per your uses on the behalf of pay as you go, technical support, because Microsoft Azure have a different concept compared than AWS. Same thing, when you want to utilize the Amazon resources, you need to create an account on Amazon Web Console, where you can create of your account using of the credit card as well as debit card. But condition is that your credit card, debit card should be Master or Visa. RuPay card will not be expected. Okay. Please don't draw any kind of these things.
So we may have to remove, the defaulters. We don't want to do that. Please understand that you are also disturbing the others who intend to learn. So don't make us remove you if we are, coming across such, defaulters.
Okay, thank you, sir. So now, when you want to make a of your account, simple open the Google and where type create Azure account. Click over here, Microsoft Azure get your free account, right? So my dear friend, when you are studying as a beginner, right, when you are going to learn of the cloud computing, so I will suggest you have to click on start as a free. So Microsoft Azure will give you a free subscription for 30 days, but it's a mandatory you have to share of your credit card detail. Then they will debit only 2 rupees. And within it, 2-3 working days, again, Microsoft Azure will credit these 2 rupees in your card or in your account. This is only verification purpose, right? Might be after 30 days, you are going to utilize their resources. So they will get charged. So your free subscription will automatically convert into pay as you go. That means how much you are utilizing their resources. So they will charge. Okay. So now you can see popular services are free for 12 months and 40 services always free. And they will credit 200 US dollar for 30 days. Within a 30 days, you are not going to utilize their 200 US dollar. They will automatically expire. And again, you have to utilize their resources. So you have to convert of your subscription, free subscription into pay as you go. So friend, you can see there are some services are there. Generally, people ask a question. So in any case, I'm using a virtual machine. I'm using some storage. So it will be chargeable or not. So friends, doesn't matter when you are using a Linux-based virtual machine or Windows-based virtual machine. You can see on my screen, it's a free for 750 hours. The hardware size is B1S. There are different hardware size where you will get one virtual core of CPU, 1 GB RAM, right? If you want higher size, Might be you require 2 core of CPU, 4 GB RAM, 8 core of CPU, 16 GB RAM. You can take it, but it will be chargeable, right? In any case, you forget to delete off this machine, and this machine is running 24 into 7 into 30. That means when single machine is running in your account, then they will not charge, because when you will count total hour in a month, it will be 744. So Microsoft Azure providing 750 hours. Okay, they will give you Azure Blob storage where you can store 5 GB data, right? So don't be confused. All which services are free, that means they are providing the all kind of description. Okay. So where I have already created my account, so you have to click on start free. Then where you can share of your credit card detail, of your email address, and as well if you have a GitHub account, you can log in with GitHub and you can access of your Microsoft Azure resources. I hope this is clear. Yes, friend. So this is my Azure dashboard, right? So recently I have used these services. That's why it's reflecting here. So this is my account, Sanjay SKV, right? So friend, you can see there is a burger button, correct? When you will click over here, so you can utilize all the resources. My dear friend, doesn't matter. Might be you are working as an operational engineer, operational guy, you can join of the cloud computing. You are working as a developer, might be you are working in Python, Java, PHP, whatever. You can join of the cloud. Might be you are working in database, you can join of the cloud. Generally, people think cloud only for operational guy. No, 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 no. Operational track is a different. And when you are working as a developer, that means every cloud have a different track. I hope you are getting my point. So as per your requirement, you can utilize their resources. So when I will click on all services, yes. So your general services compute, that means related to of your hardware, your virtual machine, ISO image, availability set, disk storage, virtualization. Might be you are working in SAP, HANA, you can utilize their resources. Platform as a service, Kubernetes, database, you can host of your database as a platform as a service. Might be you don't know what will be the best configuration for my database. You are working in a database, you are very good, you have a very good hands-on in the database, but you are not aware what will be the hardware size for my database, right? So you can host of your database as a platform as a service using of this, correct? Or when you have a knowledge about of the hardware, again you have another option. You can host a virtual machine where you can install of your database, then you can configure of your data. It's up to you. Same thing, because you know containers are much more popular. I think you heard about of the Docker, Kubernetes, OpenShift, right? So you can host of your container. AKS is there. You can configure of your container using of the virtual machine, as well as when I'm not aware about of the hardware size and all the things, right? So I can use the container service as a platform, right? That means everything is maintained by the cloud provider. I will focus only my database. I will focus only my containers. So cloud computing makes my life easy. Networking, because you know, network is the most important part of everyone. Doesn't matter we are developer or operational guy or database guy. Because when you don't have the network, how can you communicate, right? So Microsoft Azure also provide a virtual network, and you can also configure of your network as per your choice, because you know Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, DigitalOcean, Rackspace, IBM, Red Hat Cloud, right? These vendors provide their resources as a publicly. That means you are using public cloud, because we know that we have a public cloud, we have a hybrid cloud, and we have a private cloud. But one thing, tell me, you are using this platform, I'm also using this platform, some other people are using some platform, right? Can we access the resources of each other? Because this is a public, that public means it's available for everyone. Anyone have an idea? Guys, no, we cannot access the resources of each other. Why? Because this is a public platform, but every cloud provider say you can use my resources as a privately, because you can configure of your own network, you can configure of your own virtual machine, you can configure own storage. No one can access, because every cloud provider also provide a one layer of security, right? And hybrid cloud, that means my some part of infrastructure is available in public cloud and some part of infra is available in my in front of eyes, or you can say on premise. Generally, if I talk about of the hybrid cloud, so for example, you can understand like this. This is my Azure cloud, and for example, Flipkart is running www.flipkart.com. Okay, and Flipkart also have a database in physical data center, or you can say on premise. Here my database server is available. So when you are going to hit of the flipkart.com, my web server is running in the cloud, right? But when you are going to order a phone, everything, that means when you are sharing of your credit card detail, of your phone number, of your email ID, of your address detail, this kind of detail will not be stored inside the cloud, because most of the company in the real production environment don't host their database inside the cloud, right? So using of the VPN, virtual private network, you can communicate with your private cloud, or you can say on premise cloud with your public cloud, and here you can store of your information. My database will be available only for me. It will not be reachable for Microsoft, it will not be reachable for Amazon. Okay, so this is a scenario for hybrid cloud, right? And a private cloud, that means it's available only for me and my employees, right? So you know Reliance Jio is creating India's biggest private cloud in Bangalore, and you know Reliance is a huge group, that means they have a huge setup in our country. Okay, they have a lot of offices in the India. Perfect. Okay, so there are some services which is provided by the Microsoft Azure, right? You can use the Internet of the Things, containers, database, artificial machine learning, all the things what you want to do, you can host, you can utilize their resources. So let's jump. So for example, when I want to host a server, okay, so what the things is required when I have a account? So I'm able to see what is happening in my dashboard. But one thing, tell me, if I'm going to share the credential of this account for you, can you host the resources in my account? अगर मैं आपको इस पोर्टल के यूजर नेम पासवर्ड शेयर कर दूं, तो क्या आप इसके अंदर अपने होस्ट रिसोर्सेज होस्ट कर पाओगे? यस एंड नो? Anyone? Anyone? Rahul Sharma, say yes, sir. No, Rahul. Actually, Microsoft Azure have a one more security compare than Amazon. If I have an account in Amazon and when I'm going to share the credential for you, then you can do the provisioning, you can configure the storage, you can configure virtual machine, you can configure whatever you want to do. But my dear friend, Microsoft Azure have a concept of subscription. Okay. So when I have removed the subscription from my account, you cannot do anything. And subscription will be attached with my account, right? With my directory. You can attach of your subscription with a single directory, but in your account, you can have the multiple directories. Okay, so where and which directory is attached with my account, then you can host the resources, you can utilize the resources. Otherwise, when subscription is not available, you cannot do anything. This is a one more security in Microsoft Azure. I hope this is clear, right? So try to understand the concept when you want to host. So for example, when you want to configure anything, so first of all, you will hit portal.azure.com. Here, you will share the of your credential like Sanjay SKB 09@outlook.com. Perfect. I am supplying my password. This is my password. So under this, when I will get the access of my dashboard, here I will get a subscription. Right? There are different types of subscription is available. By default, when you are supplying of your credit card details, Microsoft Azure will offer free subscription. Correct? One is pay as you go subscription. Pay as you go subscription. Technical support, right? There are a lot of subscription are available. When you don't have subscription, you cannot do anything. And under the subscription, you will host resource group. Resource group is a nothing, it's a logical thing. Resource group is a just collection of your resources. Then you can host of your resource, right? So what is the idea behind of the subscription? In a single line, you can understand that means subscription will manage of your billing entity. Okay, when you don't have the subscription, you cannot do. Let's see. Okay, so friend, you can see a service. Click over here, subscription. So by default, I have a Microsoft Azure subscription. Actually, my dear friend, I'm a premium user of Microsoft Azure, so all the things are free for me, right? So when I will click on it, so you can see this is my subscription ID, and this subscription is attached with a default directory, right? So first of all, when you will make an account on Microsoft Azure portal, so by default, it will give you a default directory. And if you want to create your own directory, you can make it when you have a knowledge about. So you can see the ID and all the things. So when I will show you the invoice and billing, just a second, any invoice is available or not. When invoice is available, then I will show you. Here you can check out of your credit card detail, payment detail, all kind of detail will be available, as well as you will receive a mail from Microsoft Azure. And you know, my dear friend, right now RBI has changed the payment policy. Earlier, in any case, you are getting an invoice, that means there is a bill XYZ. So by default, Microsoft Azure, Amazon, GCP, all companies debit automatically. But right now they can't deduct any kind of amount from your card. You have to pay the bill manually. This is the policy of RBI. Okay, but when you will not pay, generally people think in any case I'm not going to pay the bill, then what will happen? They will suspend off your account. They will terminate off your resources. What kind of resources are running on their platform? I hope you are getting my point. Okay. So your budget, your external services, what kind of external services you are using, all the things, payment method will be available in this. So you can see my MasterCard detail. That means that card have a 3472. It will expire on 2025. So you can see all the detail. And one more thing, anyone tell me how many virtual machine you can run in a single subscription? Anyone have an idea? So friend, we can run 25,000 virtual machine in a single subscription if you want. In any case, you want to increase the limit, you can increase the quota. It's up to you. And you know, 25,000 virtual server is a huge number, right? So friends, subscription is already available in my account. After this, what to do? We have to create a resource group, right? So you can search the service resource group, and resource group is a free service. In any case, you forget to delete of this, don't worry, they will not charge. Click on create. So first of all, where you can see the red strip, that means these kind of things is mandatory. You have to share the detail. Okay, so you can have multiple subscription in a single account. It's up to you. Currently, I have a single subscription. Earlier, I have a 2 subscription. One is pay as you go, and one is Microsoft Azure. So right now, first of all, you have to select off your subscription. Then here you have to share the name of your resource group. For example, Unikaksha group. Okay, where, in which region? That means where you want to create of this. There are a lot of regions are available, right? So generally during the practice, I host my resource in France Central, because where all the things, their network and all the things running smoothly. Central France Central, perfect. Tax, it's a key value pair, it's a not mandatory, it's up to you. And review and create, and then create. Perfect. My resource group is ready. When your resource group is ready, then you can host of your resources. Perfect. Here, I want to host a virtual server. Then click on virtual machine, and you can also find out in the search bar. So click on create. One is Azure virtual machine, with preset configuration, Azure Arc virtual machine. We will discuss later. Okay, so first of all, we have to understand how to host a server. So my dear friend, you can host Windows based machine, you can host Linux based machine, right? I will show you. So first of all, choose of your subscription, then select of your resource group. There are some resource group already available. Unikaksha group. Assign the name of the machine, like machine name is web1. You can define any name. Region, in which region? Where you are going to host. That means you have to choose the physical location, right? Might be you want to host this machine in central India, you want to host in Mumbai, you want to host in Canada. It's up to you. All right. Only for practice purpose, I always choose the France Central. You can choose any region, right? There is no any kind of restriction. Availability zone, that means in the Central France region, when Microsoft hosted a data center, okay, so they have created some buildings, right? So technically, they call it zones. There are 3 zones. You can choose any one. So I'm going to select the zone 1. Perfect. And Microsoft Azure also give you a standard security, correct? And here, my dear friend, you can choose the image. You can choose the operating system ISO. You can, right? So it's up to you. Might be you want to deploy a Ubuntu based machine, you want to deploy a Red Hat based machine, you want to deploy a Windows based machine, you want to use Windows 10, whatever. It's up to you. No one will stop you, right? Windows 11 also available. Because Microsoft also released the new server, Windows Server 2022. Okay. So, but here I'm going to take CentOS based machine. Later, I will show you how to host a Windows based machine. So don't worry regarding I can understand might be some friends coming from Windows background. So this is the hardware size, right? So my dear friend, if someone is coming from Amazon, so where T2.micro is free hardware, same thing, standard underscore B1S, this hardware is free, right? They will not charge any single rupees. Here they are going to offer 1 virtual core CPU, 1 GB RAM, right? And now what is this? 620. That means when your subscription is going to expire, that means after 1 year, they will charge like this. And when you want to choose different size, you can take. And my dear friend, I will show you when my server is on the fly, how to resize the hardware. Okay. So you can see 2 virtual core CPU, 8 GB RAM. It's up to you, right? General purpose. We have lot of size. We have different series virtual machine. It's a depend on your workload. Correct? So B1S is suitable for me. That's why I'm getting the B1S. Okay. Administrator account. One thing is that means this is the most important thing. That means what will be your access method when this is a Linux based? Anyone tell me what is the main difference between Windows and Linux? People say Linux is much more secure, but how? Yes, friend, anyone? What is the main difference between Windows and Linux? Ajay, Akanksha, Anusri, Bhagya, Farhan, Meghna, Anas, Nikita, Rahul, Roshni. Anyone help me? Farhan, you have an idea? The major difference is that Microsoft Windows will not give you the key-based authentication. Microsoft always provide password-based authentication. But when you have Linux, right? It can be Red Hat, it can be CentOS, it can be Debian, it can be Ubuntu, it can be Garuda, whatever. Where you can get 2 kind of authentication. One is key-based authentication, another is password-based authentication, right? So here I will use the password-based authentication. So let me share the name of the user, which name is Azure. Password. Confirm the password. Because key-based authentication is much more secure compared than password-based authentication. Okay. Here, after this, you have to allow some rule in the firewall. This is a one more layer security. That's why cloud computing is much more secure compared than of your physical data center, right? They take care all the things. Okay. So here I will allow the SSH in the inbound because this is a Linux based virtual machine. So you have to allow the SSH, then you can access because this machine is running somewhere. That means currently I am sitting in India, okay, and I am going to host of this virtual machine in France Central, in Europe, okay. If you want to configure a web server, you want to configure anything, so you have to allow the rules. So here, if I want to configure HTTP, so we have to allow. Now, after this, you have to choose the disk selection, correct? When you are hosting. So there are different type of disk is offered by the Microsoft Azure. One is premium SSD, another is standard SSD, and one is HDD. All right. So one more thing, when you are hosting any kind of server in the production environment, so always take premium SSD. Why? The performance is very good compared than standard SSD and standard HDD. And you know very well, SSD is much more fast compared than hard disk, right? And when you have a Amazon Web Services, they are also going to offer the different type of SSD like GP2, IO1, and there are different type of hard disk. But Microsoft Azure provide much more storage compared than AWS, where you can get 16 TB maximum volume size. Here you can get 32 TB volume size. So I'm going to take premium SSD and delete with VM. What is the mean? In any case, I am beginner. I am working with this because, my dear friend, only virtual machine is free. Virtual machine hardware is free. Storage is not free. In any case, you are forget to delete of this virtual machine. So they will charge for storage. So when you are going to delete this virtual machine, so my storage will be deleted automatically. Right? After this, click on network. So Microsoft Azure will give you a default network. They will create a virtual network for you. They will create a subnet for you, as well as they will provide a public IP. Using this public IP, you can access of your virtual machine. There are a lot of procedures for access of your virtual machine. This is a primary way. You can access of your virtual machine with a VPN, right? You can access of your virtual machine with your own private network. It's up to you. But for example, right now we don't have VPN, we don't have private network. So Azure say you can access my virtual machine using with public IP, because you know public IP is reachable over the internet. Next, don't touch anything. Advanced. Here you have to share the tag. It's up to you. Name, I said web1. Now you can review of your specification what you have shared, correct? And then click on create. Please have a patience. It will take some time. Microsoft Azure is a little bit slow compared than Amazon Web Services. Anyone tell me why Microsoft Azure is slow compared than Amazon? Anyone have an idea? Network problem, I think no. Actually, Microsoft Azure use own hypervisor, that is Azure hypervisor. And Azure hypervisor, that means it's based on Windows, right? And Amazon use VMware, Citrix, and Nitro hypervisor. And these hypervisor is much more fast compared than Hyper-V. And you can say Azure hypervisor. Please wait.
So, sorry to interrupt, Sanjay. I request Nivedita to take the board, and she has something to deliver about our job guarantee programs.
Sure, sir.
So,
Sure,
yeah.
sure.
So over to you, Nivedita. Thanks, Sanjay.
You're welcome, sir.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes,
Can I
Nivedita.
get the comments in the chat box? Yeah. So, good evening, guys. I'm Nivedita here. I'm the academic counselor here at Unikaksha. So, congratulations on being a part of this Guru class. Well, on a Saturday evening, you could be doing a lot of things, but you chose to learn something today, which itself proves that you want to make it really big in the IT company. So, congratulations on that. I might actually sound like an unskippable YouTube ad today, but I'll ensure that each second of your time is actually worthwhile. And I don't think I'll take more than 8 minutes precisely. You can keep a stop clock if you want. So I'm just here to give you some stats. Like if you've ever guessed what could be the chances of you bagging an interview at an IT company or a product-based company, have you ever guessed what could be your percentage of making it even to an IT company? Forget about being shortlisted or selected for a role. Being interviewed. For every 100 applicants, while you keep guessing, let me make it short. It's approximately about 12%. So for every 100 applicants who apply for a job at an IT company, your chances of being interviewed is hardly 12%. I'm really not sure if you knew about this, then that's something what you learned newly today. And gone are the days where actually the company would hire you, okay, and train you based on your degree or anything as such, because right now your skills are greater than your degree, okay. And most of the product-based companies out there, be it in India or in overseas, they look for a ready resource, and they don't actually mind paying you extra CTC for a right candidate who possesses the exact right technical skill set. So if you look at the stats in India, on an average, they're close to 15,000 plus full stack developer jobs that gets produced every month on month in India across the metro cities. If you look at Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad, Chennai, Pune, and all of it, out of which the companies which are looking to take people at an entry level is approximately 5,000 jobs. If you translate it into about 12 months in a year, that's about 60,000 full stack developer jobs in India, with a starting salary of 5 lakh rupees, and it can go up to 30 lakh rupees. So 5 lakh rupees might be exciting for somebody, but for somebody it could be 7 lakh, 10 lakh, and the thing goes on. Though all these things looks exciting, you might have a lot of questions, boggling in your mind, right? If I'm the right fit for this, oh, okay, I graduated like 3 years ago. Is it right for me? I don't have my basics right, or I'm into a different domain altogether. How can I actually start over? I don't even know the basics of coding. Like, how do I actually crack this code? Or what if I'm not able to attend the class, during a weekday, if I'm a working professional? Or what if I don't actually get a job, after completing the course? Or will I actually get a, hike on my current CTC if you're drawing a decent, CTC? Or do I really have to travel anywhere, to pursue this course, which comes with a job guarantee? And most importantly, ma'am, I'm not even from an engineering background. Forget about it. मुझे कुछ भी पता नहीं है, okay? And my grades haven't been great. I screwed up my grades big time, be it in a 10th, 12th or graduation. But let me tell you, the good news here is that if you're any human being with a basic degree, okay, no matter who you are, wherever you are from, whatever the domain you are into, and how old you are, even if you're 70. When I say 70, I really mean it, okay? Because there's a guy who recently, I think it was in USA, who recently did a Python development course at 25 years of age. So I don't think you're too late for it. So if you are somebody who's been a graduate, okay, I would recommend to those people who are not like who passed out in 2010 or 11, because they might not actually have an interest to or enthusiasm to do so, but you pass out somewhere between 2011 to 2022. Okay, if you're about to pass out, and if you really don't have a good options in your college or your so-called universities, then this is the right place for you. I don't know if you're working somewhere, you're just here on a Saturday evening to just grab some knowledge. It could be somebody, no matter wherever you are from, because I understand some people are based out of tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, where you don't actually have an access to quality education, which comes with a job guarantee. So if you have all these questions, then I'll give you the reason why Unikaksha, why should you go for this course. So first thing is that we are the only company in India who provide offer letters much before you train to become a full stack developer. You heard it right. It's not like you get an offer letter after you graduate out of Unikaksha. You get it the moment you have already paid your fees and attend your first batch. That's the beauty about you. That means that's how we're very confident about placing you. And all our signature programs actually come with a job guarantee. So let's say in case if you fail to get a job within 6 months from the date of completion of the program, despite following the guidelines. Let's say you need to have about 70-75% of attendance, and you have to clear all the assessments, scoring A, B, C, D grade, and so on, which any layman can do. So no questions asked. If you, despite doing all this, ma'am, मुझे job नहीं मिला. Usually ऐसे नहीं होता है, because our placement record says it's about 85% of the people. Out of every 100 students we take, we place about 85% of the people. So despite this, let's say you don't get placed, you have complete 100% money back guarantee, no questions asked. Okay. And we offer both weekend and weekday batches. You can enroll for any of the batches. I know a lot of you here, could be a mother who is just, come out of a maternity break, or you could be somebody who's a working professional who really have or has to work. You could be working for a night shift. So irrespective of whatever your situation is, we have got you covered, on those aspects. And why Unikaksha? So, एक बार सोच के देखो कि how does it feel if Virat Kohli actually comes and teaches you the batting? I mean, there's nothing better than that, right? So all our trainers, they come with a minimum industry experience of 10 years. So they know how to even break down a very complex, problem and make your learning very, fun and exciting. Okay. And however you guys are experiencing the class right now, all our classes are going to be live. In case if you miss it, you always have, access to the recording as well as the doubt clearing sessions, which is anyway, that comes by default. So how does it feel, working at those companies whose apps you use on a daily basis, right? Right from, your day begins with a Google Pay, Paytm and Amazon. You take a Uber cab and you order your groceries on bigbasket.com. You order your food on Zomato and you chat with your friend on Facebook. Maybe you secretly look for your crush on Facebook. You never know. You use all these applications day in and day out. But what does it take for you to make a job here, to make a career at these companies? Maybe we are the only company in India who can help you with the step-by-step process to crack the interviews at the top-based, product-based companies. Some of the few names which I mentioned now, which are called as FANG. FANG is typically Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google, and which is now Mang because Facebook has turned into Metaverse right now. So all our programs are, fairly priced, because you're just a step away from transforming your career at the price of a pizza. If you ask me, literally a price of a pizza if you step out with your friends, because you have a flexible installment options. You have interest-free EMIs up to 36 months. So if you convert your EMI into 36 months, by then your salary would have already got doubled at the starting salary, what you begin at Unikaksha. So we make your learning hassle-free. So if you ask me, why should I even invest into this, if this is the right thing for me? So let me give you a stats. Though I'm an engineering graduate, but I'm always, a fan of unit economics, right? So fixed deposit in a bank actually fetches you about 5% per annum. Jaake aap dad ko pucho, probably he'll tell you better. And probably an investment in real estate would fetch you about 20 to 30% returns after every half a decade, about 5 years. And probably invest in mutual funds would fetch you approximately 12 to 13%, which is again subjected to market risk. You hear that jingle, right? Mutual funds are subjected to market risk. Please read the scheme related documents carefully. So investment on your girlfriend or boyfriend can actually attract more taxes plus GST because bahut kharcha hai, right? But investing in yourself actually fetches you a lifetime of returns. So you can actually make a decision now. Okay. So we offer special scholarship, to the students who are actually deserving. So you get up to 20% scholarship. So Manjeet, while I speak, I think you can float the Google form. So whoever is interested can probably fill the form, and my team of academic counselors will reach out to them. So on an average, last but not the least, without taking much of your time, think about it. Since your childhood, your parents would have actually spent about 10 to 20 lakh rupees on your school education, right from your KG to PG, respective whatever the degree you hold. Okay. Just think for a moment, have you got a return out of it? Had you got a return, you wouldn't be a part of this class. Let me get that right. Okay. Have you ever earned that money back either for yourself or for your parents? So I'm pretty sure most of you here in the room haven't earned it back, as per my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong, just in case. So unfortunately, the education system in India is messed up. I'm not a fan of Indian education system. If you get the facts and figures right. Because all that you learned since your childhood is who led the Battle of Panipat, and the photosynthesis, mitochondria as the powerhouse of the cell, and the Pythagoras theorem, L hospitals rule, and whatnot, which you won't use in any of the IT companies. You're going to get placed if you make a decision now in next 3 months' time. So the irony here is that 20 years of education has taken all your money away, whereas this 3-month full stack developer course is going to bring back all the money back. Okay, so do fill the form if you're interested. Me and my team will be more excited in talking to you about it. You can also reach us out on a support number, be it on WhatsApp or Exotel. So this is what I wanted to convey to you guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.
Thank you so much, Nivedita. And thanks, Sanjay. You can continue.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, friend. So now our virtual machine is ready. Okay. So what to do? Click on go to resource. And here you can connect off your virtual machine, correct? So you can see this virtual machine is available in France Central and it's available in Zone 1. This is the operating system, Linux and CentOS 7.9. This is the hardware. Okay. And this is the public IP, correct? And this is the tag. You can get the much more detail about of this server, right? Operating system is available in the OS disk, correct? So let's see how to connect. Click on connect and click on SSH. Okay, copy this URL. Okay. So my dear friend, when you have a Windows 10, Windows 11, where directly you can access of your machine using of the command line. So here I have installed a utility git bash. You can install it. This is a free. So now yes. Okay. Share the password what you have set. Perfect. Now I have access. Okay. Control L. So let me do the login from root account. What is the root? Root is a, you can say, you can compare root account as an administrator in Windows. Okay. So here I'm going to install a package yum install httpd. My dear friend, don't be confused regarding this. Yum is a package manager in a Linux, because here I'm using CentOS Linux. If you have CentOS, Red Hat and Fedora, so there is a yum package manager. Using of the yum, you can install the packages, you can install the software in your machine. So httpd, that means it is the name of the package. That means using of this httpd, you can host a web server. You can compare httpd service with IIS in the Windows, right? Perfect. Yes. Okay. So here I'm going to configure a small website cd var www html. What is this? This is the default document root of Apache. Here I'm going to inject some text. This is Unikaksha web server running in Azure cloud. Output should be available in this file index.html. Okay, file is available. You can view the content of this file. This is the Unikaksha web server running in Azure. Okay. After this, what to do? You have to start the Apache service. Currently, this service. Hello. Please mute yourself, my dear friend. Systemctl status httpd. This service is stopped. So what to do? Run this systemctl start httpd. Make it enable. Why? Because after the reboot, this service should be reachable. So what to do? If this is configured, so I will pick this public IP and I will paste into browser. Yes, this is running. I am going to paste this IP into chat, and please tell me this website is reachable at your side or not. Everyone, please. Yes, tell me. This website is reachable or not? Please share your input in the chat. This is the beauty of cloud computing. Within a minute, you can host of your server. Same thing when you are hosting a server in a physical data center. First of all, you have to purchase the hardware, you have to configure, you have to install the operating system, then you have to configure so many things. So it's a time-taking program. But your data center is available in the cloud. You can do. Okay. Let's see how to host a Windows machine, right? Same thing, virtual machine. So don't be confused. Someone is coming from Windows background. You can also utilize their resources where you can host the Windows server. Windows Server 1. Availability zone, you can choose zone 1. Perfect. Here you have to change the ISO. If you want to install the client operating system like Windows 11, Windows 10, you can take, right? So just a second. I'm taking Windows Server 2016 data center. Perfect. And here now you can see the authentication type, administrator account. Here you are not getting key-based authentication because key-based authentication as well as password-based option is available only for Linux, not for Windows. This is a major difference, right? Share the username, right? And here you have to share the password for this. Confirm the password. Perfect. And now you have to allow the RDP because remote desktop protocol. This is a Windows based machine. So port number 3389 should be allowed in the network security group. Yeah. If you want to take the license, you can make it confirm. All the steps will be same. Name. Windows Server. And then click on create. Please wait. Friends, if you have any query, any question, please feel free to ask. Perfect. Now my machine is ready. Okay, click on connect. RDP, right? So Microsoft Azure will give you the RDP file. You can download this RDP file. So my public IP will be bind with this RDP file, right? you no need to share the public IP detail manually. So what to do? Open this and you have to click on connect. And directly you have to share the username and password. Here you can see the public IP is already bind. Perfect. So my dear friend, generally people say might be they are doing some programming like Java, Python or any. That means they say, I don't have very good configuration laptop, desktop. No, no, no. You have to create an account on any cloud platform and you can do the practice where you can utilize their resources. After the practice, you can release their resources. So they will not make it bill. So you no need to invest 50,000-60,000 to purchase a new laptop. You have to invest this kind of money on your growth. Yes, you can see my Windows server is available. After some time, my server manager will open, and using of the server manager, you can configure the AD, you can configure DNS, you can configure DSCP. What you want to do, you can configure. No one will stop you. Server manager. Because someone have a knowledge about of the Windows server administration, then he can understand the terminology. You know why I'm getting this error? Because currently here I'm getting the default hardware. That means one virtual core CPU and 1 GB RAM. And you know, Windows require a lot of resources, minimum 2 virtual core of CPU, 4 GB RAM, right? So on the fly, when this server is running, how can I resize? Anyone tell me, when I have this machine in physical data center in front of you, so you want to extend the RAM. So what to do? Anyone tell me? You have to take a shutdown time. You have to shut down off your machine. Then you have to extend. Might be you have to extend the hard disk. You have to shut down off your machine. Then you will go to the market. Then you will purchase a new hard disk. Then you will mount it. Same thing. But one more thing, tell me, when you want to extend the CPU, right? Might be you need a 2 core of CPU, 4 core of CPU. What to do? First of all, cost will be involved and it's a take downtime. And generally in the production environment and real industry, Sarji, customer do not want the downtime. One thing, tell me, you have an account in SBI Bank. I have an account in ICICI Bank. Might be you also have an account in ICICI. And suddenly ICICI website is going to down for 1 hour. Then what will happen? Obviously, we cannot do any kind of transaction with ICICI, with SBI. Doesn't matter what kind of banking we are using. But honestly, we are customer of ICICI and SBI. So we are getting downtime. We are facing some problem and we are going to pay for it. Obviously, so why should I take the downtime? If ICICI have some problem, there is a problem of the ICICI. This is not my problem because I am going to pay for it for ICICI. So in the real production environment, because generally, you know, when you are going to deposit some money in your account, generally in the government bank, so accountants say server is down, network problem. No. They are making fool. Server will never down. Might be they can take some time for maintenance, but you know, whole SBI server never will down. They are making fool us. So try to think logically, try to think technically. Okay. Is that clear? So let's see how to resize this machine, right? If I want to resize of this machine, so here I will get a short downtime. This is a best practice. You can resize of this virtual machine when this virtual machine is on the fly. But the best practice might be some data is running between my hard disk, between and RAM and between my CPU, right? So let's see. Current hardware size, what is? One virtual core CPU, 1 GB RAM. I'm going to stop up this machine. Please wait. Now currently status is running. After some time, status should be stopped and deallocated. You can see the status deallocating. Let's do the refresh. It's under process. You can see under the notification bell. Please wait, because you know this machine is running somewhere. There are so many things will be matter. Your network, Azure network also. So here, friends, you can see there is the option size. So you can choose of your size. Currently, you can see my machine didn't shut down properly. That's why it's a grayed out. Please, it will take some time. If I'm using the Linux-based virtual machine, because it will be shut down immediately. Just a second. Welcome. Stop. Same hardware size is available here. Let me open a duplicate window where my Windows machine is also running. Yes. Now, here I want to allocate 2 virtual core of CPU and 8 GB RAM, right? Resize. Fail to resize virtual machine because Windows Server want to resize standard one via error. Previous stopped deallocating. Yes. Actually, it's a didn't stop properly in the backend. We have to wait. Now you can see the Linux-based virtual machine successfully stopped, right? Successfully stopped. Now again you can check out. Here you can change the hardware. Yes. Here now you will not get any kind of warning, and you can see. Yes, you can see the notification resize Linux-based virtual machine successfully, and here one virtual. Let me do the refresh. Currently, you can see standard B2S. Standard B2S size is available. One virtual core CPU, 1 GB RAM. If you think this is not sufficient for you, again change the size. Yes, 2 virtual cores or core of CPU and 8 GB RAM. Like this, you can. One more thing. So you can see, I'm going to start off this virtual machine. Refresh, click on connect, SSH, copy this. Share the password. Friend, anyone tell me why I'm taking the Linux based one? Why I'm not getting Windows? Actually, in the real production environment, dev environment, test environment, 80% you will get Linux servers. Might be you are working as a developer where you will get Ubuntu, Debian. When you are working as a operational guy, system administrator, where you will get CentOS, Red Hat, SUSE, right? 80% servers running on Linux in the backend. Okay, so let's see. When I have created this machine, so where I have taken a storage, where my operating system is available. So you can see the SDA, S for SATA, D for disk, A for first. This is the first disk. The size is 30 GB. So Microsoft Azure will offer the 30 GB storage for operating system where you can store. Okay. And this is a temporary disk. So every virtual machine have a 2 disk with hardware. One is act as a OS disk, another is a temporary disk. So what to do when you are working in the production environment? So there is a recommended, you have to store of your data in a separate disk, right? You have to store of your data in a separate disk where you can store of your things. Why? In any case, your server is going to down, your server is going to crash. You can't retain the data. You can't, because data is important for me and my organization. I can build my server within a minute, right? But it's a very difficult to retain of my data. So now point is that when you have a physical data center, so you can attach a one more additional disk with your laptop, with your server, right? When you have a SAN storage, so you can attach another disk. But my server is running in the cloud. How can you? Let's see. So this is my web one. So when I will click on disk, so currently you can see there is a disk where I have the operating system. The disk size is 30 GB and the IOPS, input output performance. Anyone tell me, can you control the IOPS of your laptop, of your desktop? When you have a SSD, when you have a hard disk. Can you control of your disk performance in a physical data center? Obviously, no. But doesn't matter what size of the disk you have in a cloud, you can control so many things. You can change the IOPS, you can change the throughput, but all the things will be charging. So here my intention is that we have to attach another disk. So what to do? Create and attach new disk. You can define the name data disk. Okay. So all kind of disk is going to offer by Azure. One is premium SSD, standard SSD, and standard HDD. So when you are going to take the premium SSD, minimum size will be 4 GB. When you are going to share 3 GB, it's not accepted. Maximum 32 TB. When you are going to beyond 32 TB, that means you can see. Same thing. When you are going to take standard SSD, minimum size should be 4 GB, right? And maximum 32 TB. And when you are going to take hard disk, minimum size should be 32 GB. When you are going to take 31, no. Correct? It's up to you. So here I'm going to take premium SSD and the disk size is 10 GB is sufficient for me. And they are going to offer 120 IOPS, right? Right? When it will increase, what will be the size? Let's see. When I'm getting 20 GB, IOPS is going to increase? No. I'm going to take 30 GB, IOPS is going to increase? No. I'm going to take 40 GB. Now you can see it's going to increase. Let's see. Kindly see my screen, be carefully. When I'm supplying 30 GB, IOPS are not going to change. When I'm supplying 30 GB, 1, no. 32, no. Again, I am hitting the 33. IOPS are going to change. That means when you are going to take the size of the volume 32 GB, that is free, right? There, Microsoft Azure will offer only 120 IOPS. Again, you are taking 33 GB, right? They will charge for 33 GB space as well as they will charge for 240 IOPS. Because here you will get a very good performance. And as well, you can see your throughput is also going to increase. And Microsoft Azure also provide the encryption facility, right? So only for demonstration purpose, I am taking 10 GB, correct? Save. I am working on web 1 machine. Make sure where you are going to add of your disk. Do the refresh. Now hit this command lsblk again. Friend, you can see you have a one more disk, that is SDC. Perfect. So one thing, tell me, can I store the data in the SDC drive? Anyone have an idea? Can I store the data? Yes and no. Actually, Linux don't work like Windows. You have to assign the file system, then you can store the data and you can mount it. So mkfs dot ext4 dev sdc, right? Yes. How would I know this disk have a file system or not? मतलब मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा इसके ऊपर फाइल सिस्टम आ गया, इसके ऊपर ट्रैक एंड सेक्टर क्रिएट हो गए? करेक्ट. The command is blkid, because you know when you will hit this command, the particular drive will show you a UUID value as well as file system. Correct. So now here I am going to mount. So when you want to mount of this drive, so you have to create a mount point, mkdir Sanjay mount dev sdc, where inside the Sanjay folder df-h. Sorry, the disk is mounted. Here I am going to insert the Sanjay folder pwd current working directory. Here I am creating some blank file, touch Unikaksha .txt. Here I am creating 10 file. All files are available. I am going to copy some file also. cp@c shadow in the current directory. cp@c fstab in the current directory. cp@c group in the current directory. Yes, I have. Perfect. Intentionally, I am hitting the reboot command on my server. Restart. Yes. It's under process. Please wait. Friend, you can see connection is close. Okay. Again, I'm going to start the server. Please wait. Because start is not going to highlight. Please start. Perfect. Again, I'm going to connect on it. Share the password. Perfect. Here, again, I'm going to log in with a root account. And when I'm hitting df-h, please show me the disk. Where is my mount point? Where is my disk? ये यहाँ क्यों नहीं आ रही है? मेरी disk क्यों नहीं आ रही है? And when I will show you all kind of disk, which is already available in my dashboard.
Hello, Sanjay sir.
Yes.
Sorry for the disturbance. Just give me 2 minutes.
Sure, Manjit. No problem.
Yeah. So all the students, I'm launching a poll. Just fill it out.
So I request the
So I
other
request the
participants
other participants
to
to
fill in the
fill in the
poll so
poll
that we
so
can
that we can
quickly
quickly
resume the
resume
session.
the session.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Manjit, we can
Manjit, we
end the
can end the
session.
session.
Sanjay sir, you can continue now. Thank you so much for everyone.
Thank you, Manjit. Okay. Thank you, all of you. Okay. So disk is already attached with my machine, but it's not available when I am going to see. Actually, if I will hit the lsblk command, so you can see the disk is available. But earlier, what I have done, I have make it temporary mounting, right? So when I will show you cd Sanjay, nothing is available because actually my data is available over the disk, not in this folder. So again, I will mount this folder with my disk, right? cd Sanjay folder. Now you can see all the files are available. So when you want to fix this problem, you have to put up this entry of your volume inside the HCFS file, right? So how to do? PLK ID. First of all, take, sorry, you can mount off your volume with name as well with UUID, but it's a nice thing. You have to mount with UUID. Copy this and okay, I have already folder. Open the file. Vim at CFStrap. This is Vim, not okay. Paste of your UUID value, right? And remove this double quote. Your mount point, my mount point is Sanjay, right? Your file system, my file system is ext4, correct? Defaults 0 space 0, right? You can make it save and quit. Run the command mount -a, df -h. In any case, your server is going to shut down, your server is going to restart, right? All the things will be reachable. Your volume will be reachable. Perfect. Okay. Same thing. One thing, tell me, my dear friend. Where's the, yeah. Currently, that particular virtual machine is running in France Central region, and there are 3 zones. One is zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. Correct? So this virtual machine is running here. And anyone tell me, so which disk I have attached with web 1, that particular disk is directly available on this machine or not?
True.
Yes. This is directly available or not? Guys, actually, you know, you have your laptop, I have my laptop, right? So where is a disk? Technically, we call it SSD or HDD, but particular disk is directly attached with my laptop, right? So technically, we call it DAS, direct attached storage. But which kind of disk is available on your web server? That particular disk is directly not attached. It's coming from somewhere, right? So Microsoft Azure has configured a SAN storage in the backend. So using of the SAN, you are going to access of this, correct? So technically, this disk is known as block device, right? So in the production environment, we use of this. So one thing, tell me, when you have an external disk or pen drive, you have an external hard disk or a pen drive, can you attach of your external disk with 2 laptops simultaneously? 2 laptop के साथ external hard disk को एक साथ लगा पाओगे क्या? Yes and no. Hello. I have a general question. Can you attach of your laptop external disk with 2 laptops? Obviously, no. Same thing. You cannot attach of your block storage volume simultaneously with 2 laptops, with 2 servers, right? But my intention is that my some virtual machine, some virtual server are running in a same region but different zone. Might be my another team is working in different zone. That particular team also want to access of same data. So what to do? And one more thing, in which zone your virtual machine is running, your another volume, your block storage should be available in the same zone. कहने का मतलब ये हुआ, जिस जोन के अंदर आपकी वर्चुअल मशीन चल रही है, आपका ब्लॉक स्टोरेज भी उसी जोन के अंदर होना चाहिए, राइट? Then how will you attach in a second zone? फिर वहां कैसे attach करोगे? Is that possible or not? Yes, interesting or not? Any idea? Anas, Nikita, Rahul, Roshni, Lakshmi? Yes, guys. No problem, Rahul. Here we can do, right? So let's see. Friend, mute yourself.
உங்க அம்மா மேல வர சொல்லு. இந்தா இங்க வா தண்ணி புடிச்சிட்டு வர சொல்லு.
We have to create one more machine in a different zone, right? My reason is same. My reason is same. Machine name is Web2, right? Let's see. I'm going to take different zone. Perfect. You can choose any distribution. Take the hardware. Configure the authentication. Azure. All the steps are same. Click on create. Please wait. It's going to provision this virtual machine in France Central Zone 2. So when your data center is available in the cloud, so my dear friend, you no need to purchase any kind of resource from the market. Right now, your market is Amazon, your market is Microsoft Azure, your market is Google. They will give you all the things. Only in your production environment, you have to take the approval of your senior management. Then you can host of your resources. Please wait. Meanwhile, what to do? This is my another machine, that is Web1, where my data is available. You can see another machine is ready, Web2. So what to do? So which kind of disk is available on this machine, right? So my dear friend, what to do? We have to take the snapshot, right? I will create a snapshot of my data disk. If you want to take the snapshot of your OS disk, you can take it, right? So click on it. Okay. And there is a button create a snapshot. Okay. Resource group name is Unikaksha. Name of the instance detail, you can share what you want to do, like my snap. Perfect. And my machine is available in the same region. I'm going to take the snapshot of my entire disk, correct? Or you want to make it zone redundant, right? In any case, zone is going to crash, or you want to take the backup. It's up to you, right? Here I'm take the premium SSD and review plus create. Great. It's a creating a snapshot of your entire data disk where you have some files. Your name is Unikaksha 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and some files also available. So my dear friend, one thing tell me, can you attach a snapshot directly with your machine? No. You have to convert of your snapshot into disk, right? The snapshot size is 10 GB, right? Storage type premium SSD. Now click on create disk. Okay. Disk name like Unidisk. Perfect. Availability zone, in which AZ you want to require this disk. Second one, because my web 2 machine is running inside the zone 2. So as per the Azure, your virtual machine and your block disk should be available in the same AZ. Okay. Make it default tag. Then what to do? Create. Meanwhile, let me open a duplicate window and let me access of my web server 2. Home. Virtual machines. Web server 2. So friend, when I will click on disk, you can see there is only operating system disk. OS disk is there. There is no any extra disk. So please let me check now. Go to resource. I think disk is ready. Right. So how to get this disk? Now click on it, attach existing disk. You can see a disk which name is Unidisk. Correct? What to do? Save. Like this, you can also share of your data one zone to another zone when your data is available in block storage, because Microsoft Azure provides a different storage type. So my dear friend, within a 2-hour session, I can't cover the entire Microsoft Azure cloud. So when you want to get much more detail about the Microsoft Azure, so you have to register with this course. Okay, so what to do? Let me access of this virtual machine, SSH. Copy this and let me open a one more tab. Yes. Share the password. Perfect. Let me log in from my root. Again, if I will hit the LSBLK, friend, you can see this is my second virtual machine, web server 2. My disk is available. So what to do? Should I assign the file system again? No, you no need to assign any kind of file system. Actually, when you are creating the snapshot, it will copy all the things, your file system, your data. Okay, because here you are converting of your snapshot into disk. So all the things are already available. Only you have to create a mount point, right? Mount point is data. So mount dev SDC, where inside the data folder. And let me jump inside the data folder and you can check out all the things. Same data is available on a web server and same data is available on web server 1. Friend, you can check out. Yes, this is a web 1 and this is a web 2. This is the idea behind all this. So friend, if you have any query, any question, please feel free to ask. Rahul, when you have a block storage, so you can take maximum 32 TB single volume size. Minimum, it will be 4 GB. When you are taking the premium SSD, standard SSD, minimum size will be 4 GB, maximum size should be 32 TB. Same for hard disk, minimum size 32 GB and maximum size 32 TB. Is that clear, Rahul? Any query, any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you, Rahul. Anyone? Any query, any question? Please. Okay. Important thing. When you have done of your labs, when you have completed of your task, so what to do? Select of your resource group. This is my Unikaksha group. Okay. Where my all the resources are available. Okay. So what to do? You no need to delete of your resources manually. Right? Very simple. You have to delete of your entire resource group after the lab. Then it will release of your all kind of resources. Paste, delete. Friend, if you have any query, any question, please feel free to ask. So here I'm going to wind up of this Guru class. Hello, Manjeet. Manjeet.
Jay.
Yes, sir.
So I assume you have completed the session.
Yes, sir.
That's wonderful, Sanjay. So I request the participants to to question Sanjay if you have any queries.
Yes, guys, if you have any query, any question, please feel free to ask.
Nothing, sir.
Thank you so much.
So thank you everyone for your wonderful time and patience today. Thank you, Sanjay.
You're welcome, sir.
And we are conducting a series of Guru classes associated to placements. So if there are any final year students, please feel free to go to our YouTube channel and other platforms for information. So there will be tips and tricks to clear the interview rounds conducted by TCS, Infosys, Wipro, and the algorithms, important algorithms which are required for clearing the interviews. So we are planning these sessions from next week, obviously next month. So please feel free to visit our website for other details. Once again, thanks everyone for your time, and we are closing this session.
Okay. Thank you so much, all of you. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned. Bye-bye.
Thank you.